Hey, what's up, everybody? I had an out-of-body experience last night that I wanted to share with you guys. I was trying to push out, and I pushed straight up and out, and I come out kind of slow, and I kind of floated slowly down, my vision was black, and it come to, and I was in this big house. It was like, I don't know, like a big old type mansion. It had like wood, hardwood floors, but the house was completely empty. There was nothing in it. I could just see the windows. It had huge windows with like white curtains. And I kind of looked around, to kind of get a view, and I noticed a guide was with me. And when you start traveling out of body, like I said, if you start looking around once you get out of body, you'll notice that somebody's usually with you when you do this. It could be your higher self or your guides, and they may take the form of like a woman, a small woman, or a small child, or a family member, or a close friend. They'll take the form of somebody you feel comfortable with to keep from scaring you, and they basically lead you around to different places or follow you. I don't know. But anyways, I looked at the window and I jumped towards the window to go out the window. I was going to jump through it, right? And I hit the window and I hit it like it was like a big thud. I just hit it and I dropped down and I was like, oh, damn. I couldn't get out the window. And this has happened before. And where I was at, I was in the non-physical reality. I wasn't in the real time zone. But I went into another room, and it was vacant as well. There was no furniture or anything in it. And there was another big window. And what I decided to do, because I've done this so many times before, is just back out the window. So I kind of went backwards out the window, and I hit the ground, and I was behind the house. And I come around the side of it, and I wanted to fly, so I kind of focused, to take off flying, and I just barely lifted up, and I was like, oh, what the hell? So I had to pull my tried and true method of flapping my arms like a bird, and I started to raise up, but just real slow. I couldn't take off like I usually can, I can just zoom and take off. But I got up, high enough that the house was huge. It was like 3 stories, and I got on the roof of the house, and I looked at my hands, and I was like, clarity now, and I got really lucid, right, and very aware. So I looked at my hands again, and I was like, clarity now, and I started to become more lucid, and I wanted to see, basically I was pretty lucid, I wanted to see how aware I could be, and I was pretty aware, I kept doing it. I raised my hands again, clarity now, and I just kind of observed the roof, because I'm up there, and I look down, and I see like it's rusted, and there's like bird droppings on the roof, and debris from trees that have like fallen on it, and I'm pretty lucid, but whenever you're out of body or in a lucid dream, it really doesn't last too long. You have to continue to, affirm clarity. So, anyways, I face the front of the house. I'm on the roof. I take off, and I kind of glide down, slowly, kind of at an angle. I just kind of glide, float down, and I hit the grass, and it's a big yard, and I take off. And I start to think about where I'm at. I was like, well, I don't think I'm in the real time zone. I must be in the non-physical realities. And, I was still real lucid, so I wanted to observe how the dimensions change, when I change frequency, So I wanted to try to take off and raise my energy, my frequency, and try to stay aware as I can. Usually you'll feel a movement, and your vision will kind of go black, and then everything will come to around you, but I always still try to see if I can see something in between, I always just try to experiment and learn all I can, when I'm over there, and you know, I wanted to do that, but I couldn't do that for some reason. You know, I had trouble flying. I had trouble trying to take off. I don't know why. But I made it across the street, and I see another house, and I see on a swing set, not a swing set for children, like just a swing, you know. I see someone that I know that had passed away, that is deceased, and I'd seen them once before on the other side, and I went up to them, and I kind of looked around. I noticed next door there was like a red and blue, like kind of like camper house, a little small thing. But I went up to the swing, and the person was there, and we talked, and usually when things are kind of uneventful, it's hard to remember. But I remember asking her, you know, well, is this her house? Is this where she's at now? And she was like, no, I'm just visiting here. But she asked me if I wanted to do something with her, and I can't remember what it was, but I told her, I was like, you know, I started to, at this point, you know, I started to kind of phase out. That's why I had trouble remembering, and I was like, you know, next time I'll go with you. I don't remember what she was trying to say, but I looked at my hands again in a firm clarity, you know, clarity now, and then I grabbed her hand, and it was warm to the touch. You know, it felt like a real hand, and you know, I said, I love you, and you know, I'll see you next time. And I look, and I see the house that's here where I'm in front of, and as I start to take off, I'm looking at the house, and I'm thinking about it, and all of a sudden I'm inside of it, and all I can perceive, I see like a kitchen and like a bathroom. I didn't see anybody else in there, and then all of a sudden I started to phase out, and it looked like a gray cloud was in front of my face, spinning around, you know, like that. And you know, I knew I didn't have any time left. I managed to think of like 2 keywords, and you know, when I come back to my body, you know, I got up and recorded that. But just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks.